Well, here we are again. Today is January 28th, 2019, 2 weeks after my last video. And I am sad to say we are still not done. We're just encountering problem after problem after problem after problem. And it's really wearing on me at this point. My health is continuing to decline. The financial problem just gets worse and worse. And I don't know. I'm beginning to think that this is just going to be a never-ending money pit project. Honestly, I think I'm just very, very discouraged at this point. We have still made a ton of progress from the last video, but we're just about at the end of the month and this sucker is still not done. So come February, I'm going to start having major financial issues. I did just sell one of my guns, so hopefully that will help me pay my bills for February. We're still trying to knock this sucker out here within the next week, but it's just not going the way that we would like. The main wire that we were going to use to run power from the main house, we could not find anywhere. It is a 2224 aluminum wire. Couldn't find one at Home Depot, Lowe's, or any electrical supply place within 50 miles. So I ended up ordering it off of Amazon, which took an additional week. And we just got it a couple days ago, and we put it in the ground last night. So, with that being said, let's get started. We're going to start over here at our ditch. This took us all day yesterday. You'll notice that the gray pipe here is new, because the gray pipe is our wire. We had to get 150 feet of wire, and we're going to be punching it through a hole down there along with the water and sewer line, which you can see right here. And then we're going to run it up the side of the house here into our breaker box, which is installed, and you'll see that later in this video. We then ran that pipe all the way down and over here to the house, where our water and sewer lines are. Now this ended up being a heck of a chore. We had two options to basically fix this problem. We either had to run the wire all the way along the outside of the house, and our breaker box is all the way over there around the corner on the side, which means we would have had to dig a ditch all the way around here and then run it up this same ditch that we already have. Rich opted to run the wire underneath the house and through our garage out to the breaker box. I'm not sure which would have been worse, but getting these 8-foot pipes into that hole and then finagling them all the way under the house over to the garage ended up really sucking. We spent about 7 hours doing that yesterday. It is done, but nothing's wired in yet. It's not wired into the breaker box in the house, and it's not wired into the breaker box in the tiny house. So we still have no power. Rich is hoping to come over later this evening and hopefully get us some power, but we'll see. Heading inside. I've got all the doors and windows open right now because Shan has major problems with insulation. And this thing, needless to say, has been covered in insulation for probably 2 months. So every time she tries to come out here and help, she's getting insulation slivers. So she is basically off duty at this point. She's just in the house painting kitchen cabinets. So when Rich is not here, I'm on my own. So that's also been rough. I just keep working and working and working, and I'm just all alone out here and just feeling very overwhelmed. So let's go ahead and go inside here and get the kitchen light on. So we've got a lot of changes going on inside the house here. I finished laying the cove base last night, which is a major accomplishment. So we've got cove base all along the bottom of the kitchen counters on both sides and up over there, and the bathroom is done. And all along this wall, and all along this wall, all the way back, and the bedroom is also done. So we'll be taking a peek at those here in a few minutes. In my last video, I mentioned that we were having some electrical problems. Well, lo and behold, all of those problems were my fault. We had one electrical outlet over here where the gap, let's see, where is it? There it is. The gap was a little bit too big. You can see it's been fixed now. But when I tried to fix it, some of the plaster ended up getting behind the electrical outlet and just shorted the whole thing out. So, lesson learned, leave that to the pros. It took us 4.5 hours to find out where the short was, and it was all my doing. More time wasted. Anyway, the kitchen is done. We've got this set up exactly the way we wanted to, and here's our garbage can, just like we wanted. Everything over here is done, and this is pretty cool. Watch this. Oh yeah, that's right, we've got running water in here. We don't have any hot water yet, because we still don't have enough power in here to run the water heater. But we're getting very close. Over here, the dishwasher is installed and works. And over here, the washer dryer is installed and works. We've still got it covered with plastic wrap because we just textured this wall this week. And as you can see, all the painting is done for the entire house. We've got a little bit of touch-up work to do, and that's it. So getting pretty close there as well. We ended up getting a little funky with the dishwasher. The drain pipe for the dishwasher runs through that hole back there and into the main pipe behind here. Let's see if I can get a better angle of that. Back there. So that's the drain for the dishwasher. Now we are also going to run the power outlet along here and the water line. Rich opted not to do that because he didn't want to create the split with the kitchen sink. So what we opted to do instead was the dishwasher is plugged in up here, and we just ran it through the gap right here between the wall and the kitchen counter. And the water line for the dishwasher ends up going through this wall and into the bathroom sink. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it on camera or not, but there is a little cable back there that goes through the wall into the bathroom sink cabinet. So let's go ahead and open that real quick. Check this out. Oh yeah, got water there too. Not quite sure why the hot water one isn't working. Maybe because it's not turned on yet. Oh, got this down here. Yeah, it's probably just not turned on. So anyway, we've got the little split, as you can see there, it's coming out of the wall. And we just created the split there for the water where the kitchen sink, where the bathroom sink is going, excuse me. So yeah, this thing is all installed and ready to go. Now there is a bit of a gap here. I was kind of hoping that we could have this flush with the wall here, because that would make it look a little bit nicer. But due to where we cut the drain pipe for the sink, it needed to come straight up. So the only way to fix that would be to basically recut this entire pipe. So yeah, we're not going to mess with that. Too much work. But it still looks pretty nice. Up here, we've got the water heater, which is now running to our newly installed breaker box, which is over here. Breaker box is not quite done yet, but we're working on it. We are still running power in here, basically just through this extension cord that's been running through the house. And our bathroom vent is just about done, although the hole for the outside has not been cut yet. We've got the toilet lid here for our toilet. So now the toilet works, which is also pretty awesome. Heck yeah. So now you can use the bathroom out here as well. So we're getting very, very close to this thing actually being livable. We just don't have quite enough heat, and we don't have any hot water. Bathroom over here is coming along very nicely. I spent probably an hour and a half cleaning up this shower. It was basically filled with debris, plaster, insulation, you name it, because this thing was installed before the insulation and sheetrock even got put up, so it was a mess. And Rich just put in this nice shower seat last night at Shan Chan's request, and that came out very nice as well. So, moving right along into the rest of the house, got our ever-present Costco heater there. I may be buying another one of those. I've been putting off buying one for right now because I think that when we get this thing filled with furniture, this little heater might heat this whole place. So I'm waiting to spend money on that until we see what happens. But coming down here, you can see all the power sockets have been done. Just need some touch-up paint on them and such. And all the cove base has been done. So basically all I need to do today, which is on my agenda for today, is to clean up this room and scrub down the floor and make sure all the insulation is out of it. So we're getting very, very close here. Moving down into the bedroom. I can't remember if I showed this on my last videos or not, but we had to get a little funky with the flooring here due to the way the flooring was installed to begin with. There were some cracks right here at the doorway. So I opted to cut a couple of custom pieces of cove base and just run it along the bottom of the doorway here, and that ended up working out very nicely. It looks good. Moving on into the bedroom. This is that nasty piece of cove base that I ended up running all the way along here and underneath the crawl space, all the way around to the other side of the closet. That piece probably took me about 2.5 hours, but it got done. I was rolling around under this thing trying to cut the cove base and glue it and all that stuff, and yeah, that was a huge pain, but it's done, and the bedroom's looking mighty fine. As you can see, I've already done a fairly good job of cleaning up in here. I've already scrubbed the floor and everything, got all the markings off of it. Any paint or plaster or anything, I went around with a little putty knife and got all of it off of there. So it's looking pretty fabulous in the bedroom at this point. And then up in the cuddle area here is also all cleaned up with the cove base laid. I think that was laid in the last video. Then coming up here, I got the closet area cleaned up. It's got a little bit of touch-up work. It still needs to be done just around the corners here where we need to get the plaster removed. But I wanted to put some painter's tape down on the part that's already painted here so that we're not accidentally scrubbing off more plaster than what we want. So that's just going to be like a little bit of touch-up work there. But yeah, the bedroom is essentially livable at this point. We've got the sliding door installed over here. I'm not going to pull it out right now because I had to re-glue the cove base at the bottom because it kept coming undone. I had the same problem with the other side of the closet as well. So what I did was I basically recut the cove base pieces and glued them in last night. So they are probably still drying. But yeah, we've got our sliding door right there. So I'll be showing that in the next video. And when you shut that door and put that little heater in here, this room stays nice and toasty. So yeah, we're really, really close to being able to live in this thing. But the problems with the electricity just keep persisting, and that's been very discouraging. Financially, right now, I'm sitting at right at $18,500, I believe. I've still got $600 to give to Rich, and then I'm completely out of money. But he's just about done here. All he needs to do is finish the breaker boxes in this house and the main house, and finish that bathroom vent, and then he's out of here. So really in a precarious position right now. Hopefully everything goes well. I can pay him. His portion of the project will be done, and then I can start worrying about how I'm going to pay bills for February. But due to the fact that I sold my gun, hopefully it'll work out. So anyway, that's where we're at right now. Lots of progress, but still not where I want to be, and the time is ticking. When this gets done, I think I'm just going to take some time off and try and get back into shape. My health has just been a wreck. My finances have been a wreck. This thing is really, really taking its toll on me. But we're so close. So all I can do is keep going and hope that we can knock this sucker out here within the next couple of weeks. I do apologize to all of my YouTube viewers. You've probably noticed that there has been no new content on my site lately other than this thing. This thing has pretty much consumed my life at this point, and I've got to get it done. So there is no time for anything else. I'm kind of starting to forget what it's like to even have fun. So, yeah. Hoping that all changes here pretty soon, and I promise I will get some more content out there soon. I've already got a whole new Indiana Jones series in mind that I'm going to be filming, because that seems to be what's driving this channel. So stay tuned for that. I appreciate everybody's subscriptions and views and all that. It's been very, very helpful. It inspires me to keep going and continue on with my adventures. So I want to say that I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you very much. But stay tuned, folks. This project will get done. I just don't know when. But I'm either going to kill myself or it's going to get done, whichever one comes first. Hopefully the second one. So take care, folks, and I will see you again in a couple of weeks.